You also said that there are some weaknesses that when they shore up, look out. How do they shore it up? What needs to be shored up, and how do they do it? Since it seems that they're out of draft capital to cough up and any sort of deadline deal, or this is the unit that they're going to have. Walk me through that, Richard.
Well, and again, I don't think it's championship or bust. I think this team has the talent. They're them and the Lakers probably have the most talent and the most whatever when you look at like how do you win and how do you compete. I really and truly look at the Nets and like their lack of size. DeAndre Jordan played well, and he's playing better. But losing Jared Allen was big, so now you have DeAndre Jordan. He's your one true big. And now they've bumped people up. But now when you're talking about team defense, they need to be between 10 and 15. They're probably not going to be a top 10 defense because they don't have the depth. But if they hover around 13, they're first in field goal percentage, which is amazing because they have perimeter shooters, right? KD, Kyrie, James Harden are perimeter shooters, but they're highly efficient perimeter shooters. And then they're third in points per game. But they're like 16th in turnovers. You can't turn the ball over if you're not going to be a great defensive team. If you're the 18th ranked defensive team and you're 22nd in turnovers, it doesn't matter how great your offense is. You're giving the other team easy buckets and easy extra opportunities. So they got to lower their turnovers. They need to be, again, as long as they stay within the middle, as long as they're 10, 11, 12th in the league in turnovers, 10, 11, 12, 13th in defense, now their offensive efficiency goes through the roof. And so those are the areas. And I think, they do need to find some depth. They do need to figure it out. And I know that there's different trades and there's other guys whose names are probably going to be mentioned. There's going to be buyouts for players late. And if you're a guy, let's say hypothetically like a PJ Tucker, I'm not saying that this happened, but a name like that gets bought out or traded and waived, who like the Nets are going to be the number one team for those veterans that are bought out at the end because Lakers are loaded, Clippers are loaded. Do you want to go to Milwaukee? Miami's got a ton of young teams. There's Philly, I think, is good. Boston's loaded. Brooklyn is the one team that you could look at. It's like there is an opportunity to play and win a championship. If I get waived by whatever team, I can go sign with them for the veteran minimum for this year and go contribute to what they're doing. That's when things start to get scary.
Hit me with the Eastern Conference team that could derail this championship run. Give me one for you.
They played against Milwaukee, and I just still don't think Milwaukee has enough. Right, you look at the late game when they beat Milwaukee. It's like Chris Middleton was the individual that was taking the last two shots for their team, and Giannis had a very good game. But ultimately, I think there's Boston, there's Philly, the Milwaukee. It's the same normal characters, but I really think that the Nets are really one or two pieces. A little bit more defense, cleaning up their turnover situation. From really, if they're healthy, they have too much firepower for almost every single team. Philly could be a problem with their size. Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid. If Joel Embiid is playing and he's banging and posting up extremely well against DeAndre Jordan, there's nobody else to come in after DeAndre Jordan, right? There's nobody else to come in. So if DeAndre Jordan's in foul trouble, Joel Embiid could really cause a problem for that team, including Ben Simmons with his size. It's just a matter of whether or not they can score enough points to keep up with the Nets. But the size of Philly could be a problem. But it's really the Nets to lose, and they still have areas that they can improve, in my opinion.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.